Good to go? Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Afternoon. Let me know when your shot's good. Okay, here we go. Tomorrow, I will swear an oath and become the mayor of New York City. A new future feels very near indeed. But for too many New Yorkers who come into daily contact with our public school system, be it parents, children, educators alike, the future is not something that they often look towards with hope and optimism. When many parents think of the future, they think of literacy rates that, while improving, still show that nearly 45% of children in grades 3 through 8 are not reading proficiently. They think, too, of a public school system that ranks among the most segregated in our nation, where children from different backgrounds do not learn alongside one another, and too many children don't receive the same opportunities. For over 900,000 children learning in our public schools, when they think of the future, they think of classrooms so crowded that they cannot get the attention of their teacher and facilities that have long needed improvement. And for educators, when they think of the future, they think of how many of their students don't have a home to return to at the end of the day or a bed to lay their head in. How hard it is to afford a dignified life in this city on a teacher's salary, and how many of their colleagues have had to move on to another job. The future need not be something that we dread. It can be something we rewrite together so that the children of our city, the future of our city, receive opportunities far greater than those who came before them. I am proud today to appoint Kamar Samuels as New York's next school's chancellor, because this moment demands a new generation of leadership that both understands our school system and has a transformative vision on how to remake it. Kamar is that leader. He has deep experience serving at every level of our public school system across our city. He began as a teacher in the classroom in the Bronx before becoming a principal, and has since served as a deputy superintendent of School District 23 in Brooklyn and superintendent of both District 3 in Manhattan and District 13 in Brooklyn. More impressive, however, than his resume are the results he has achieved in these roles, delivering millions of dollars to integrate city schools and transitioning to new curricula that increased literacy rates by 5% in a single year. I chose Kamar for this impactful role, one which shapes the lives of nearly 1 million children each year, oversees more students than any other chancellor in the nation, and manages over 135,000 employees, because of his expansive vision of possibility for the future, and because he will lead with two qualities too rare in public service: transparency and accountability. They are the same qualities I seek to lead with from City Hall. With the appointment of Kamar, I want to acknowledge I have been skeptical of mayoral control in the past, even at times going as far as wanting to end the system entirely. This came from a deep frustration with the outcomes we see, and a firm belief that our parents, our teachers, and most of all, our students deserve better, that excellence in government means an excellent public school system. As with every policy position I take, my focus is on outcomes. So though I have held concerns about mayoral control, I also acknowledge that New Yorkers need to know where the buck stops, with me. They need to know to whom they should address their concerns and their fears. They need to have a firm voice in City Hall that they can count on to not only listen, but to also act accordingly. My approach to mayoral control will ensure that community involvement is not ceremonial or procedural, but tangible and actionable. I will work alongside Kamar to engage parents, teachers, and students in decision-making. We will pursue an aggressive democratization agenda to make sure the entire system has a voice. For one, our administration will improve the parent coordinator role to be a meaningful organizer of parents, rather than an administrative coordinator reporting to a principal. We want to restructure how meetings are run so that working parents can actually attend them. We cannot expect parents working 40, 50, 60, 70-hour weeks to then attend CEC meetings in person or even be plugged into when they are actually happening. We need to improve the awareness, the accessibility, and the scale of responsibility of SLT and CEC meetings. These are plans Kamar and I have spoken about, and we are very excited about what an improved approach to mayoral control can deliver for our public schools. The goal here remains the same. It remains improving teacher recruitment and retention, expanding support for students with special needs, improving literacy rates, and delivering the best public education we can in the wealthiest city, in the wealthiest country in the history of the world. We hold these ambitious goals together to provide more resources and services to the more than 154,000 homeless students in our city, to hire thousands more teachers, and to make our school system as great as the children it is fortunate to educate. I am also proud today to make several other high-ranking personnel announcements. Julia Curson will serve as City Hall's Deputy Mayor for Operations, an office, we can also, yeah, an office where she has served before, overseeing many of the systems that New Yorkers rely on each day. Julia joins the administration from Governor Hochul's team, where she currently holds the role of Deputy Director of Operations for Infrastructure. Her work has been felt across our state and throughout our city in ways big and small, including the Kips Bay Science Park and Research Center, which will generate an incredible $25 billion and 15,000 jobs and economic impact for New Yorkers. She also has managed the delivery of the largest infrastructure project in the country, the Hudson Tunnel Project, which is creating 95,000 jobs and generating close to $20 billion in economic activity. Her purview will be vast, from our parks to our sanitation infrastructure to ensuring that phones are silenced, to our environmental protection efforts, to emergency management and the fire department. Julia will lead a complex network of city services attended to by hundreds of thousands of the most capable people in city government. As part of her role, she will oversee the Mayor's Office of Climate and Environmental Justice, where she will work alongside both myself and incoming Chief Climate Officer Louise Young to tackle the climate crisis. Louise has served in that same role for Controller Brad Lander, as Director of Resiliency for the Department of Transportation, and as the Policy Director during my general election campaign. Her dedication can be seen in her thoroughness. I am also honored to announce Ahmed Tigani as the Commissioner of the Department of Buildings, where he will protect New Yorkers who work, live, and congregate across our city. He has extensive experience in the DOB, including a past role as Chief of Staff, and currently serves as Acting Commissioner of the Department of Housing, Prevention, and Development. Preservation and Development. Okay, we have made 4 announcements, but what is one more? Last but most certainly not least, I am delighted to share that Emmy Liss will be joining our administration